Hey friends, it's Kaiser and I'm so excited to show you guys how I achieved that beautiful soft glam makeup look you just saw in the beginning. It's been long overdue for an updated makeup routine, so let's get straight into it. I'm so excited. We're going to go straight into prepping the skin. I'm going to use the Aveeno Oat Gel Moisturiser and Oat Serum. A good skin prep and skin base can really just take you so far. Sometimes it can even mean you can ditch the primer altogether. I'm now going to pick up my Kosas Color Correcting Concealer. I love this stuff. This is in the color peach, I want to say, but I will make sure to have all of the correct shades in the description bar down below. I love the way it blends out, and I actually prefer doing this step than actually applying foundation. Now that's the beauty in makeup. It's not just one rule fits all. You can really play around and personalize your makeup routine and figure out what works best for you. This color corrector is also full coverage, so a little goes a long way, and it does such a great job at camouflaging and concealing. To blend all of this out, I'm going to use a small concealing brush, and I'm really going to work that in. I want to make sure I have the most coverage, especially underneath my eyes and where I get a bit more hyperpigmentation, so around my mouth and wherever I'm breaking out. Now you can already tell the difference in my under eyes by me color correcting. It looks more awake, it looks more even and brighter, which I really do like. And on top of that, I can still see the shadows in my face because I didn't apply foundation to cover it all up. Essentially, the technique that I'm doing is underpainting. Underpainting is where you conceal and highlight your face on the first step. Now we were taught to apply foundation first and then apply highlighter, then contour, then everything else. By doing that, it means you have to apply way more product because you're gonna have to reintroduce the shadows and the natural highlights into the face. So I feel like doing this technique means I can apply less product and still get the same seamless, airbrush look that I really enjoy. The bronze that I'm using is from Say Beauty. It's their Dew Bronze in the shade Cell. Now to blend all of that out, I'm going to use an angled brush and blend upwards always. And the reason why I do this is because it allows me to make sure my face looks the most lifted and snatched. Now everyone's face is different, so you may apply your bronzer higher or lower than I would. However, if you do want to know how to actually figure out where the best place is to apply bronzer or highlighter on your face and what suits your natural face the most, standing in front of a light source, get a mirror and really just analyze where the shadows and where the highlights and light reflects on your face. Wherever the light reflects on your face is where you'll typically put highlighter. Wherever there's shadows is where you would put bronzer. Now I'm going to pick up my Kosas concealer and I'll put the exact shade name in the description bar. We're going to let that sit and get my blush from Danessa Myricks. This is in the shade Red Velvet. Absolutely love this stuff. It literally just blends out like a dream and is so pigmented, so a little goes a long way. So we've let the concealer sit and set, and doing this allows you to have a bit more coverage when blending out your concealer. It's not easily picked up by the brush. I've also not had to apply a lot of concealer because one, we made sure in step one that we got the desired coverage when we color corrected. All I'm using this concealer to do is just brighten up my skin and just give a bit more yellow tint to the skin because the color corrector is a peach shade, so I wanted a bit more neutral, a bit more yellow undertones. So that's all I'm using the concealer to do. You can see I'm really working that into the skin. Also, in case any of the bronzer went to places where the highlighter is only supposed to be, you can tell that I'm really pushing that and correcting that. I'm also using it to reverse contour, so to really define the nose as well. And I'm going to do that same reverse contour on my cheekbones in case any of the bronzer kind of went a bit too low and it's kind of changed the dimensions of my face. We want it lifted and snatched, so that's what I'm doing. To blend out the concealer, I'm actually using a powder highlighting brush. Yes, that's what it was intended for, but that's not what we're using it for, and I feel like it just allows the concealer to blend out so flawlessly. Now because the bristles aren't so dense, it means I can move the concealer around my face so effortlessly. It melts into the skin instantly and gives me such an airbrush look. You can also see that I kind of work in circular motion in this step as well to really just make sure everything just blends in and there's no harsh lines. It's now time to set that all in, and I'm going to coat my powder puff evenly with my Huda Beauty Blondie powder. I can't believe it's been nearly 10 years, but I still have a similar setting routine that allows me to have no flashback. What an error, what a time. Now the key to doing that is by one, not baking, and also not using an excess amount of powder. The same amount of powder that I picked up in the beginning is what I'm going to use all around my face. We're going to really press that powder into the skin until there's such a thin veil that you won't know where the powder starts or finish. That is what's going to allow you to have a great base, long lasting, and also look amazing on camera with flash at that. Now, just like we did in the concealing stage, we can also use powder to reverse contour as well. So you're going to see that I'm going to use that to kind of carve out my cheekbones, really make it pop just that bit more. Now, just as we set our concealer, we're going to use the powder bronzer. This is by NARS to set the liquid bronzer from earlier. Just going to apply this all over. This is going to help in the longevity of the makeup as well. Also just give it some more warmth, some color, some pop, just really seal that tilt in. When it comes to blending this out, I like going in circular motions and upwards, circular motions and upwards. Again, also work this into the hairline so there's no line of demarcation anywhere. and just be, you know, quite light with it. Now, if you're like me, eyeshadow can be an extra step that you don't really want to participate in. It's just long at times. So what I like to do is I like to work that bronzer into my eyelids. I'll use that same brush to just sweep the bronzer across the eyelids, and it just gives me that warmth, color, and attention to the eyes that I like. I definitely recommend doing so. And if you want to be a bit extra, add a bit of highlighter to the center or the corners of the eyes, because it does a lot without you having to do a lot. I'm now going to take this Too Faced blush to set my blush in place. So if you haven't already spotted a pattern here, for every single liquids that we use, so liquid blush, liquid bronzer, and concealer, we set it. And this just helps again in what? Longevity. Now when it comes to blush, I like to apply that any and everywhere. It literally just looks fab and I love it. There's no rules to it. I'm just going to apply a bit more bronzer, whatever is left over on the brush, just to make the cheeks pop some more. And we're going to blend that all out. Always blending, that is literally the key to a flawless base. I feel like it just makes the makeup look so seamless and absolutely amazing. Now we're going to go with an extra step. This is my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. This just makes the eyes pop that little bit more. That little bit more is like literally setting the setting powder. Like we're doing an extra setting step, and it just literally just gives a bit more coverage to that on the eyes, and also just that extra smoothness that we like. Now to enhance my nose bridge, I'm going to apply a bit of the Fenty highlighter just on the tip and the bridge of the nose. Blend that all out so I'm not looking too crazy and you can't tell that I've applied it there, but it will reflect when the sun hits or the light hits. Now to really just melt that powder and bind everything together, I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus spray and just drench my face in that. Now before that dries off completely, I'm going to go straight into applying mascara. I find that when I apply mascara, when my eyelashes are still a bit damp from the setting spray, it just looks amazing. So that's what I do. I'm just going to pick up the powder puff again, and I'm not picking up any new product. Whatever's left on there, we're just going to lightly set wherever I tend to crease the most and also get the oiliest the most throughout the day. So just my under eyes, around my mouth, and my forehead especially. That is the base routine done. If you've made it this far, I've also included my lip routine as well, so you guys can also know how I actually achieved this whole look. So I will put the products that I use for my lips in the description bar down below as well. But thank you so much for making it towards the end of the video. I absolutely love this look and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know any other looks you guys want to see. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I can't tell you guys how good it feels to be able to say that outro again. It's been way too long and I am so sorry for that, but I'm back and better, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Lastly, don't forget to check out the description box and I will see you guys soon. Bye.